So Jason Kidd says Jaylen Brown's the best Boston Celtic. What do I think? You can make a case for him. You know, I mean, Tatum gets the love. It's the crossover appeal. I don't. I'm gonna say it like this. It could be implantation for him. It could be something as simple as light skin, dark skin. They have moments where they both shine, and they have moments when they both stink. Jaylen Brown is the highest paid player going, so that has to count for something. That kind of contract he's got, that's got to count for something. He did win the Eastern Conference Championship most valuable player. That has to count for something. So, and he balled in game one. But does him winning make him surpass Jason Tatum in the grand scheme? I don't think so. Tatum sells jerseys. And I'm glad Isaiah Thomas came up against Stephen A. Smith and spoke out on something. We don't always reward the best player. We reward who we think can sell the most tickets most times. So let's get this straight. It's just like they do this whole thing about more skilled and more talent. They don't say who's the best. They'll say who's more dominant, but they got ways of going around without giving people their full due. To me, it's the full whack. If you're the most dominant, you're the best. If you're the best this, you're the best. There is no, well, you got here, but you got there. If you're the best player on your team, you're the best player on your team. Now, do you sell jerseys? That's another story. And before people say, well, it's light skin, dark skin. Well, Tim Duncan was the best player on the Spurs team. He was light skinned. It didn't mean that I went down the street and I saw people rocking Duncan jerseys. They didn't sell Spurs gear. Times it just ain't marketable. You can win and be successful. You just don't market. It happened to Isaiah Thomas with Detroit. I'm just keeping it 100. There's so much politics involved. People always talk about how they love winners and want winners. But when it happens, if you don't fit their criteria and what they want, it ain't going to happen. Jaylen Brown, unfortunately, there's some points against him that they just don't buy and they don't want. And it's a fact, unfortunately, because he can ball. But, sometimes it just be like, because they had a poll who I think would be the finals MVP. I picked Jaylen Brown. I know if Dallas wins, it's going to be Luka, not even close. But Jaylen Brown's numbers were so low, but I wasn't surprised. Because these people on these keyboards and what have you, they just don't feel him like that. They want Jason Tatum. The powers that be want Jason Tatum. I tell this all the time. Once we get past the foreign players in the NBA, the most important American player plays for the Boston Celtics is Jason Tatum. That's the way it has been spit out and read to me. Because once we get past Jokic, Luka, Giannis, Embiid, Shea, then we get to Jason Tatum. I didn't write the script. It's just the script was presented that way, and that's what I saw. So feel free to argue. Please hit like, subscribe, with thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another shitter if you like my piece.